Hello and welcome to the Film Thingy podcast. Thank you for joining us.
He's John.
And he's Matt.
John, tell me what a film thingy is.
I'm glad you asked, Matt. A film thingy is part of a film or TV show that doesn't really make a great deal of sense. Doesn't really need to be there. Doesn't affect the story.
So you could call it a plot hole.
If you're an arsehole.
But we're not arseholes.
We're not arseholes, Matt. We don't deal with plot holes. A film thingy could go literally in the bin and the story ends in exactly the same way.
Right you are. And what film thingy are we talking about today?
Today's film is Avengers
Age
of
of
Ultron!
Let's go on to the meat and two veg of it. Is that the expression? John, quick fire questions.
Go.
Age of Ultron.
Yes.
Ready?
Sure am.
Favourite character?
Vision.
Why?
I just like his powers.
Least favourite character?
Quicksilver.
Why?
Just the way it's portrayed.
Too fast.
He's almost too fast for you to be able to see what he's doing.
Favourite line?
Terribly well balanced.
Yeah, like that line.
Possibly my favourite line of the film.
Least favourite line in the film?
Language by Captain America.
Yeah, it feels out of place, doesn't it?
Cheesy, yeah.
Yeah. Give us the plot in 10 words.
Avengers indirectly create murderous cyborg who wants to kill Earth.
Not bad. Review it in 10 words.
It's used as a stepping stone for the
Next phase?
next phase. Yeah, well done. We did that together.
We did that
I
together.
needed a bit of help at
Good
the
job.
end.
John, if you had to hide a body, where would you do it?
Was not expecting that. Can I do what I want with it to get rid of it?
I hadn't even considered that you might want to dismember it, but yeah, go for it.
What I would do is I would dig a shallow grave and plant a Christmas tree on top of it. Many happy returns.
Great, thank you for all of those really interesting points.
My pleasure.
Should we get on?
Let's get on.
You have a film thingy.
Yeah, funny film thingy. So there's a bit. Ultron has recruited the twins.
Yeah.
He sends in the twins when they go to Wakanda. Oh no, they're just off the coast of South Africa, aren't they?
Yeah.
Before the fight with Hulkbuster in Cape Town.
Yeah.
Wanda goes in, she does her spells, her magic, and they all start seeing their respective visions.
Yeah.
Thor has this vision of Asgard. I kind of see it as Ragnarok. Anyway, so he has this vision, and then he goes off, and decides he needs to finish off this vision, right? So he goes and recruits Dr. Selvig from London. Is it London, I think he goes to?
I think so.
He's lecturing at university.
Yeah.
And he just turns up and is like, come and get in my car. I'm not going to tell you what's going on. Cut to, they're in a cave.
Yeah.
And this, let me see what it's called. It's called Water of Sights, apparently. I didn't know that. It's not in the film because they don't say it. But they go to this cave where the Water of Sights is. And it's... the funny film thingy is it's so unnecessary for it even to be there. It could have been any... They could have written so many different ways for him to re-see this vision, but they decide that Chris Hemsworth has to take his clothes off and get in a pool of water. Dr. Selvig does nothing in the scene. He doesn't have to be there. So basically, it doesn't really affect it's not a real plot hole. It makes me laugh every time I watch it. That it's like it's one for the girls or the guys. It's a crowd pleaser. Let Chris Hemsworth. Handsome man, I would say. I would say arguably top 5 handsome men in the world that I know of. Not, obviously, I don't know him. But, I think he's at that point where I'm swooning now, aren't I? So, he's a bit of a pretty boy in the first Thor film. And over time, he's put on a bit of size. And he's not quite, like now, he's like Extraction Chris Hemsworth, where he's pretty rugged and he's...
Yeah.
Fucking huge. He's kind of halfway to that point, so he's put a bit more size on. He's got a bit of human element to his character now because he's spent a lot of time on Earth. So this is where you start to see a bit of a funny Thor before Ragnarok, which is great, by the way. So they go, do you know what? Fuck it, let's get him to take his clothes off. what I mean, the way I kind of think of it is like Dr. Selvig offers nothing to that scene, right? So has he gone to this university and needs to find the water sites, and he goes, oh, I know where they are, but I've got no reason to come here because I've got no lines in the next scene. And then he goes, all right, I'll take my clothes off. And Dr. Selvig goes, all right. And Chris Hemsworth, off script, just fully gets nude on set and gets in the water. My theory is that was unscripted, personally.
What, for him to take his clothes
Yeah, I
off?
think he just does it. he goes, this needs to, for me to get my salary bump, this needs to end more than the last Avengers film. And the only way that's going to happen is if me or Chris Evans take our kit off. What do you reckon? I thought you might have a theory on this, to be honest.
So what I do know is that there was a deleted scene where that whole scene was reworked, or it originally he was possessed by or visited by some sort of spirit that told him this information rather than him seeing it as a visit. I believe that's the original scene.
Right.
And they reshot it, rewrote it. I don't know how far down the production.
Because obviously Heimdall's in the scene, so they get Idris Elba in.
Yeah.
Who's got his eyes are like they're either not there or they're like
They're
white.
glazed
Yeah,
over,
he
like
can't
blind,
use
yeah,
his sight, can he? So they've obviously gone to some effort to reshoot this scene.
From it, he learns that it's all to do with the Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
And something's in motion to affect the Infinity Stones.
Yes.
And therefore, because he has the Vision, is that the only way? The only reason it's so that they can call Vision the Vision and Vision.
Maybe, yeah, because he obviously comes back from there as the Avengers have got Vision in the cradle and they're like booting him up, sort of thing, with vibranium.
Bring him to life.
Electricity, and then he just comes in and
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein's monsters in with his big hammer.
I mean, why he has to go somewhere in Earth? He could in that time. My assumption is that he can just leave and go back to Asgard whenever he wants and come back again.
Well, the Bifrost's broken, isn't it?
No, they fixed the Bifrost.
Oh, did they fix it by this point?
2.
Right, yeah. So Heimdall could just beam him up, Scotty.
Well, he beams himself away at the end, doesn't he?
So he does, yeah.
It's broken at the point of Avengers.
Yes.
Because he has to use the Tesseract to get back.
Of course,
at the end. But by
the All-Father uses the dark magic to get him back to Earth, doesn't he? For Avengers 1, yeah.
But there's no reason why he couldn't just go and visit somewhere else and find out
He could have just gone to Heimdall in person, who sees all, surely.
Yep. Or communicated with him, as is proven by the sort of
in Ragnarok.
Yeah, in Ragnarok he can just communicate with Heimdall.
Yeah, they're connected.
And in Love and Thunder he can communicate with his son. So
I suppose we are really saying that he just went off script and got fully nude.
Well, I mean, I don't know if he went off script, because did he also go off script finding the cave? Did you?
That part was just like he just got a rogue cameraman and went
with Stellan Skarsgård.
Yeah.
He went, Joss, we're gonna go and shoot some of this if you don't mind. And he's like, what do you mean you're gonna go and shoot some of this?
Don't worry, I'm taking my clothes off.
Stop doing press-ups.
All right.
Stop, Chris, are you with me, Chris? Stop doing
Stay
press-ups.
with me, Chris.
Stay with me. Stop doing press-ups. What do you mean you and Stellan are going off into the wilderness
with one of my cameramen? And he goes, "What are sights in it?" And he goes, "You've just made that name up." And he goes, "Well, it's water, and I'm going to see some stuff." And he goes, "It sounds made up."
But why would they? Why would if you as a character can do that? If Thor as a character can visit that cave at any given time and see visions of the future or what's going on in the world, why would he never return to that cave again in his entire life?
Because Stellan's not into it anymore.
He didn't like the cave. You've already been. Yeah, we have to go and do a reshoot. I was visited by a spirit in the first one, and then now I'm just going to see it in my head. Yeah. Turns away from Joss, picks up the phone to Idris Elba. Can you meet me there? We're going to reshoot your scene as well. Does
so
Joss
everything was done in the cave.
Joss
of course he does.
Yeah, he's fully supportive of it.
Idris.
Thumbs up.
Driss.
Fully
supportive. Of course he does. Drizzy. Driss.
He's still there, Driss. He's still there. Driss.
Stellan is on his way.
Stellan, have you got the baby oil?
Why does he need baby oil if he's getting in the water?
Because the water dries too quickly.
Okay, so is that scientific? We've got a biologist.
We'll get the biologist out. Belt and braces approach in it to shirtless scenes.
But yeah, I think they really could have done a lot of other things for him. As we've just covered 2 examples there where he could have just gone back.
So, I guess it's got to be something that's worthy of being in an Avengers film. So it's got to be something of a spectacle. Like when he goes and makes his Stormbreaker weapon, he has to go and
but that's a little
feel
bit
the
different.
power of a neutron star.
But he's literally swinging a star around. To make his hammer. All he does in this is just gets in a jacuzzi effectively, and Stellan Skarsgård's just in the background in the shadows watching him naked.
I get the feeling that it is the best option they could think of that fulfilled the how do we give Vision his name? Well, let's give one of the characters a vision, and then
seems very coincidental.
And then they decide to create the Vision based off of their vision, so that they can call him the Vision. How do we?
And Stellan goes, "Are you taking your clothes off for it?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "Good, it's my vision." And he stares at a camera that isn't there because it's always working, isn't he, Stellan?
Yeah.
He's quite the artist, I reckon.
Yeah, he's always got a job.
Always got a job.
Especially when he's watching Chris Hemsworth with his kit off.
He's just, but he goes into character as Bootstrap Bill Turner. Whilst Chris Hemsworth, he goes, "Oh, there's water. I can't see water and not be a pirate."
He's sat at the side of the pool, just sort of
merging into a rock.
What are you doing? I'm in character.
I'm Bootstrap Bill.
Bootstrap Bill.
What? And goes, "We all work for Disney."
Bootstrap Bill. Chris. I'm Bootstrap Bill. Chris, I'm Bootstrap Bill. Chris, I'm Bootstrap. God blimey. Four blimey, I'm Bootstrap Bill. It fulfills the token Chris Hemsworth kit-off scene, which is something that
it feels like that was the main priority.
How do we get him to take his shirt off in this film and make it
just
feel
ask him
natural?
Yeah.
Fucking hell!
Ask him.
Just ask him to not put a shirt on.
Not you, Josh.
Ask him to not put a shirt on.
Not you, Josh. We all know what you're up to.
Did we then? His default is shirtless, so just don't ask him to get dressed that day.
Yeah.
Come to set.
He goes, "We're just making some amends to your outfit. Just come in your normal gear." He turns up fully nude.
He's swinging about.
Stellan's behind him and he just fucking hopping around after him. In character. He does his own makeup at every... But just as Bootstrap Bill. Great show, River.
Super good show.
Is it called River?
I think it's called River.
It's just called River, isn't it?
River.
I really hope it's called River.
It is. Spoiler alert.
Weird.
She's dead the whole time.
Also weird. Why does all of his roles involve water? He's naked with Chris Hemsworth. Is Bootstrap Bill. Is a hopper called River. Maybe is he obsessed with water? H2O.
I think
just in case you didn't know what water is.
But we do have a biologist in.
We've got a biologist in to confirm that.
They know chemistry too, don't they?
They'll probably dabble. Yeah, I mean biology by trade, but I would say they dabble in chemistry and physics too.
Well, they know what H2O. Well, I said they. Well, your
There's
wife,
only one of them. There's only one of them in the house.
Will she know what H2O is? If we just say H2O and don't mention water, do you think they'll know?
I certainly hope so, Matt.
You would be
She's doing GCSE science right now.
You'd be worried for the future of this country.
I would, yeah. I would, yeah.
Is it worth just checking?
She does set 3 to set 6.
They should all know.
They should all know what they're putting in their body, shouldn't they?
Yeah.
Every day, because they probably will be drinking water every day. We don't probably drink enough water these days, do we, humans?
All humans.
Well, I would say as a general rule, I've never met anyone. Actually, no, that's a lie. I've got 2 friends, a couple, and all they drink is water. They don't drink hot drinks, which I find anyone who doesn't... I don't trust someone who doesn't drink tea or coffee, is the truth.
Fine.
I don't understand. That's my... I just don't understand how you couldn't. They drink like other things, but they won't buy squash, cordial. They won't buy any of that for the house. So they have, do you know those like pop lid bottles that you can get? They just have about 4 of those
in the fridge.
Brilliant, though. Like when I've been, they lived in Windsor, so the water was a bit shit because it's not.
Is it hard or soft?
I can't remember which one's hard or soft.
Soft is when it lathers a bit, or when it comes out of the tap.
I'm not sure. I just know it tastes different. Don't recall, certainly in my adult life, speaking to someone who openly says, "I drink enough water."
Here's a curveball for you then.
You're gonna do it?
I drink enough water.
What do you think is enough water?
As far as I understand,
I suppose that's another question, is it? It's like, what is enough water?
Isn't it about 2 litres a day that you're supposed to drink of water? Something like that?
I thought it was like double that. That's why I thought I never drink enough water. But I could probably... 2 litres, probably not. But...
I will definitely drink... I will drink at least 2 pints of water a day.
So that's not litres, though, is it, Matt?
That's not litres.
No.
But I'll drink 2...
Got a biologist who might be able to... Because maths and science...
It's about 600 ml, though, isn't it? So I'm talking about 1.2 litres of water a day that I will drink of just water, plus teas, coffees, etc. on top of that.
Do you... If you... I know you do technically have water with cordial, but would you... If you had 2 pints of cordial, would you say you've had 2 pints of water? Or would you have cordial separate? And would you count those as 2 different things?
I don't drink enough cordial for it to dilute my water intake. That's a cordial joke for the audience there. I would probably have 1 cordial drink every couple of weeks, a month, something like that. I don't drink cordial at home very often.
Do you? So you don't buy it?
We do have it in the house. We have it in the house.
For guests.
But I don't like to look at it. So lock it away. I wouldn't include it in my water intake because I wouldn't have it often enough.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I have cordial every day.
I'm quite
Is
happy
that strange?
drinking plain... No, I'm quite happy drinking neat water. I don't need to add anything to it. It's super neat. My wife also drinks water, but she's not very good at it. She won't mind me saying
What,
that.
like she misses? She misses her mouth?
Yeah. She pours it in her ears. It's also providing an opportunity to foreshadow the Infinity Stones and give Thor some purpose to go off and look for them, which...
leads him to Ragnarok.
I don't think he does he? What's he doing at the start of Ragnarok?
That's what he's doing.
So it fulfills a number of purposes, and it's probably either the easiest to film, the most straightforward for the audience to understand. They've made the decision at some point to say this fulfills all these purposes. It's the best option. My question is it the best option then? I guess off the back of that, what else could they have done?
Yeah,
I agree. Stellan doesn't need to beat that. Apart from the fact that he fucking can't get enough water.
And can't get enough Hemsworth in the water. Probably his 2 favourite things.
Do you think he pitched it?
I think he paid Marvel for being in that scene.
He said, "Hey, you gotta share this scene," because that's how he talks, isn't he? Just
2 Boilermakers.
He said, "We gotta share this scene with Chris Hemsworth," and they said, "Still, are you drunk?" And he said, "I want water. I fucking love water."
Why is he going Irish?
Naturally, he has an Irish accent. You might not realise.
Naturally,
you think
as a
Scandinavian,
Swedish,
yeah. But no, he's got a naturally occurring Irish accent.
Just creeps in. His Sir Method is actually pretended that he's acted to be a Swedish actor all along, but he's really Irish. Is that what you're saying?
And sometimes that slips out when he's had too much water.
Weird, actually, that he did in Pirates of the Caribbean in his Bootstrap Bill, an Irish accent would have been ideal for that role. I think he could have really let his hair down he's only got half a head of hair, I think, in it, but he could have what's left of it. He's got that little belly on, and bless him. Anyway, he could have just let his hair down and gone, do you know what? We're all actors here. Everyone thinks that. He's laughing, isn't he? He's on set. He's got Bill Nighy in full CGI gear.
He's had a squid surgically grafted to his face.
He goes, "I really want to take this seriously. I bought this squid. Can you
guess how much it cost me?
Can you go on,
Johnny?
Guess.
Johnny, guess how much it cost me?
Go on, guess, Johnny.
I don't know, £6. Yeah.
It fucking was. It fucking was. Stellan won't know. Stellan will guess that. He's too busy. He's too busy with water. Stellan! The squid that they've attached to my face, look. Fucking hell, Bill, you're bleeding. You've got blood coming from in between your skull and the squid, where your skin used to be, the blood coming down his neck. And he goes, no, don't worry about that, it's fine, they've surgically done it. Guess how much it cost me there? The procedure, or no, just the squid itself? I thought it would be free. Did you get it out of the sea? Yes. Nah, £6. Johnny got it right. Well, I'm a big fan of the water. I'm a big fan of the water. I could have got you one of them for free. He goes, fucking hell. You've just wasted £6 on a squid. He's completely ignoring all the blood gushing out of his face.
He can only film for a day and then it has to go rotten. Got to have another one grafted to his head.
It feels like a lazy option, and there's absolutely no reason for Dr. Selvig to be there, and there's absolutely no reason for him to be fully nude. You don't see enough of it, in my opinion. Because if you're going to do it, you do it properly. Disney, though, innit? Fucking
full team.
Yeah, full. Yes. I want to see all the water and all the Hemsworth together.
All the water. For me, you can get rid of the water.
Yeah, it's just stood in the sand. It's just in a sand pit. Because Bill's took all the water, hasn't he? Bill's bottled it up while they've been filming. He's got their fucking jerry cans. Chris Hemsworth has no idea he's been jerry canning up, and slowly the water level's just gone down, and it pans out, and he's just fully nude.
And at this point,
and conveniently, Joss Whedon ends up at that point.
His shriveled penis is exposed to the entire
so
cast
pruned.
and crew.
But yeah, it serves a purpose. It moves things forward in the film and the wider franchise, I guess, for the upcoming films. I still think it's shit.
If you remove the need to have Chris Hemsworth shirtless, if we say that wasn't necessary for which it wasn't.
Yeah.
Let's be fair. You can go on the internet and look at a picture of him if that's what you really want to do. And we've all done it. You can go on the internet and just look at pictures of him with his shirt off.
I mean,
you got until you see Love and Thunder.
This is it, yeah. And you go on his Instagram. He's always got at least a vest on.
Yeah,
as a minimum.
A bit of
and we're talking like a skimpy vest, like a proper athlete's vest, where it's just his traps are kind of lifting it off his body almost.
Yeah,
it's like this sewn jacket potatoes under there or something huge. Absolutely ginormous. It's a proper specimen.
So
lovely bloke.
Remove.
I think we're agreeing there needs to be a scene. I think what we're also agreeing on is the fact that it doesn't need to be nude and in water.
I agree. It doesn't need to be nude. Doesn't need to be in this cave.
And Dr. Selvig doesn't need to be there.
He doesn't need to be there.
Although he likes water.
Although we know, as far as he's concerned, he needs to be there.
Yeah. In fact, he was probably already going before Thor even turned up at the university. Instead, going to the water site, he was like, "I'll jump in with you." Then I was going to walk. It's a day's drive. Yeah. Did I flinch? Thor, son of Odin.
This is the character now, is it? Are we? Sorry.
I don't know anymore if this is Stellan breaking character
or Eric,
who is just pulling from the actor's kind of love of water, and he just decides he's going to go a bit, add some depth to the character. And I'll pitch this to Marvel. I love water. Why can't Dr. Selvig love water? There's nothing in the comics. It's probably a made-up character, right? I don't believe Dr. Selvig was in the comics initially. It may have been put in some more recent ones. So there's no source material that discards the fact that he might like water.
So he has a. There's no canon literature that suggests that Eric Selvig actively dislikes water.
I think that's what we're saying.
Yeah, so
I think it makes sense.
It's fair game, and that's how he starts his pitch to Joss Whedon about.
I mean, possibly in that, if you run that full scene through, there's a very good chance that Thor arrives at the cave, starts getting undressed, and Dr. Selvig's just stood in the corner on his own already. Been there for hours, just watching the water.
Because he loves it so much.
Yeah, he loves it. He likes how it moves.
Stellan said to Kenneth Branagh, he said, "Can you really like water?" He just said...
It's like we're in a small town in Texas, and the destroyer armor with lots of fire is going to come. Don't like with the story, Stone. He goes, but I like water.
But your character doesn't have to, Stellan. But doesn't it not add more depth if he does?
How so,
Ken?
Stellan? That's what I'd be saying if I was Kenneth Branagh. I'd say put your cause forward. I think he's found a loophole in Age of Ultron and gone to Joss Whedon because he's gone, look, Chris has rang me and said, this is scene, it's a bit shit. And he needs to have a vision to be able to call him Vision. It was meant to be like, it was just meant to be at home, like chilling, and he has this vision, like he falls asleep and has his vision. How about this? A cave. I'm there. Chris is there. He's nude. There's water. Everyone's a winner.
Josh says, we can do it. No problem. I don't think we've got the budget for the water. And Stellan goes, I think you're overlooking it. And I think the entire scene revolves around the water. And Josh says, no, we don't need the... Do we need the... It looks across to the production. Do we need the water? No, we don't need the water. They're saying we don't need the water, Stellan.
Stellan goes, I've already got Chris on board. He's saying he'll quit if you don't get the water. He's fully not. Josh knows he's pulling his leg, doesn't he?
He says no. Stellan says, look, what if I provide the water?
And I'll do my cameo for free. And he goes, you're fucking right you will, because you're not in the script. So why would I pay you for a scene that I ain't even written, Stellan? And he goes, I just want to be around the water.
Be around the water on your own time.
Let's go for a fucking swim, Stellan.
I don't want to be in it.
I don't want to be in it.
I don't want to be in it, I just like being near it.
I just want to be around it, Joss. I don't want to be in it. Why is he obsessed with water? Wow.
What a rush.
I know. So much water.
So much water. So much more water than I was expecting.
Yeah, me
more
too.
water than the deep, that whole reference.
Yeah.
So for anyone who wasn't paying full attention there, here's our 30-second summary.
Stellan Skarsgård loves water,
Watching it move.
but doesn't want to be in it.
Exclusively not in it.
Tried convincing Kenneth Branagh to let Dr. Selvig like water.
That goes down like a shit sandwich.
Railroads Avengers Age of Ultron by convincing Chris Hemsworth and Idris Elba to film reshoots.
Takes them to the water sites.
Retrospectively convinces Joss Whedon.
Only if he brings his own water.
And Chris Hemsworth happens to be there. Naked.
Hope that clears everything up. Anything else we need to tell everyone?
Let us know your thoughts. You can get us on Instagram, the Film Thingy Podcast.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a Film Thingy Podcast. I had to think. It's a new page, isn't it? We've only just made it. It's the Film Thingy Podcast. _ in there. 3 of.
3 underscores in there between each word.
Yeah. Let us know what you thought. If you've got any ideas about films that you want us to review or any of your own film thingies, then drop us a line.
Do we want photos of squids as well?
What for?
Just people send them in.
Just squids. Or people with squids.
Take your pick, innit, really? If you've got a pet squid, feel free to put it on your head, send a picture in.
If I don't know anyone with a pet squid, so if anyone had a pet squid, then I'm quite happy to see it. On their head or not.
Just in its tank?
Anywhere. Everywhere.
See a picture of a squid everywhere?
I mean, not everywhere is in every second of the day. There needs to be a picture of it. I just mean in, like, funny, like, in the supermarket, and it's, like, next to the watermelons.
Is there a prize?
There can be a prize. I tell you what, yeah, there is. I don't know what it is yet, but if we manage to get someone to email us a picture of their pet squid that isn't stock footage, then I'll personally arrange a prize of some kind, yeah. And don't try any, like, pictures of soft toys, because we'll know the difference between a real one and a soft toy, won't we?
If we have to get the picture verified in some way, we will do.
I know. We hope you'll join us for another episode of the Film Thingy
Podcast.